Hey, it's Joanne Musa here, the Tax Lien Lady, and this is Ask the Tax Lien Lady Live, where you get to ask me your questions about tax lien and tax deed investing. And I answer them for you. Now, I'm here on StreamYard, but we're doing this on Facebook, on my Facebook page. And Nicole, I don't think Nicole's going to be with me today, so I'm doing this by myself. So let me know when you come on. Let me know you're here, where you're from, and give me your questions. And I want you to let me know where you're from, because what state you're in really helps me answer your questions. Hi, Tina. How are you? Good to see you. I can't actually see you because I'm not doing this in a Zoom call. I'm just doing this on in StreamYard, but you could see me. And the replay will be here on Facebook when I'm done. Okay, so let me know what your questions are, type them in. And Tina, remind me what state you're in too. Okay, and who else is here with us today? I do have a couple of really exciting announcements. I probably announced this before in this group, but I want to do it again. This Saturday, I have an Investing for Success, a conference, an online conference. You could sign up for it for free. And if you go to my website at taxlienlady.com, actually, I'll give you the link to the conference. If you go to taxlienlady.com/book/investing, let me put it in. I'm going to put it into the comments here because it is kind of a long link. It's taxlienlady.com/book/investing -for-success-conference. So go there and you can register for that free conference. It is Saturday from 11 a.m. Eastern time until 2. And I have 5 amazing ladies. It's 3 hours, 5 amazing ladies that are going to share some really wonderful information for both men and women on how to make more money and how to have more income and make more money on your investments. Everything from overcoming procrastination and analysis of paralysis to getting grant money for your business, especially if you're a minority or a woman, and being the bank with the infinite banking concept, making money from home, and in investing with a partner in a very hot real estate market right now. So all that is going to be on Saturday, this Saturday. So go ahead and register. I put the link in for you. And I don't know if it's live or not, but you guys let me know if you can hear me okay. Again, I'm doing this on StreamYard and I don't have Nicole with me today. So hi, Ray. Hi, Tiffany. Yeah, make sure you sign up for that conference that I'm doing on Saturday. And my other announcement is right now, I've started a new course, a Done With You training for the Indiana Commissioner's Sales. And the reason I am doing that is because this year, because of COVID, more of these sales are online. That's one reason. There are 9 sales that are online. A couple of years ago, there were only 2 of these sales that were online. Now there are 9. And the other reason I'm doing this is because I like the commissioner sales. The redemption period is shortened to 4 weeks. I like the way things work in Indiana. And if you go to my blog at taxlieninvestingtips.com. And you can also get there from my website, taxlienlady.com. There is a link to the blog. And you'll see a couple of posts there where I have about this Indiana training, the training that I'm doing on Indiana, with a link to join if you want to. It's over 6 weeks. The training happens over 6 weeks. There are 4 modules that will be delivered over the next 6 weeks. They started now. And our first live call, there will be 4 live calls. The first one is tomorrow night. So if you're interested in that, you want to enroll in it right away. And Ray, I don't know what you mean. Do we get possession in 4 weeks? I don't know what you mean by that. Possession of what? The redemption period is 4 months, and you don't get possession after 4 months. You hire an attorney to do it's not an actual judicial foreclosure, so it doesn't take real long. But there is something that you have to, there's paperwork that needs to be filled out. It does go to judgment, and then there's something that has to be recorded. There's a deed that has to be recorded, and then you get possession. Okay. And yes, you can rent it out. As a matter of fact, Ray, I do have on my blog, I just put a new post on there over the weekend with an interview that I did with a student that I went to the Lake County Commissioner sale with in 2019. And he bought 3 liens, 2 of them redeemed, and 1 of them did not. He did the foreclosure. It took him a little bit longer. He got the house within a year because after 4 months, he was able to do the foreclosure process, which only takes about a month or 2 in Indiana. But then he had a squatter in the building that he had to evict. And you do have to record the deed. He had to evict the squatter, and then he did the rehab. He did rehab to the property, and now it is rented. So it's been almost 2 years because he went to that sale in March of 2019, the end of March. So it's been almost 2 years, but he did get the property before a year was over. It's just that it took him longer to do everything else, to evict who was there and get the rehab done and get a tenant in. He's got a tenant in there now who's paying $1,100 a month for rent. And if you go to that blog post, he gives you all the details, how much he paid for everything. And he could have wholesaled that property and made like $10,000 right away, but he wanted the returning cash flow. So he put more money in, did the rehab, and actually he would have made more than $10,000 had he sold that property before he rehabbed it. He would have made he still probably would have made $10,000, but then he put more money into it, did the rehab, and if he sold it right now, he'd still make $10,000. But right now he's renting it out for $1,100 a month. Okay. All right, so what other questions do you guys have for me today? Okay, Ray is asking, is it a tax lien? So 4 months, then foreclose. How long does it take to go from start to finish to rent it? A full year? Yes. In this case, it took him almost 2 years because he had to evict somebody and then do a substantial rehab. But total money into it was around $40,000, and the house is worth over $50,000, and he's got it rented for $1,100 a month. He actually could have wholesaled the house in a year. So had he not, took the time to go through all that, he could have had it done in a year, because after 4 months he got to foreclose. It only really takes a couple months to foreclose, but then he had to evict a tenant. Did he get a special deed? I think he had the attorney do that also. He did have the quiet title done with the attorney who did the foreclosure. because you don't get a warranty deed. You do not get a warranty deed. Okay. So I believe he did that. I believe he did that quiet title. And the attorney took care of that too. I do have a good attorney in Lake County, Indiana, for tax sales, for tax sale properties. Okay, so what other questions do you guys have for me? So I highly recommend this Indiana Done With You, Indiana Commissioner Sale training that I'm doing. If you want to enroll now. We have our first live call tomorrow night. You can go to taxlienlady.com/Indiana. I'll put that in here for you. taxlienlady.com/Indiana, and that should take you to the page where you can enroll. If you want to find out more about it, go to my blog at taxlieninvestingtips.com or go to taxlienlady.com. Just click on the blog link at the top, on the top menu, just click on blog. And there's a couple of blog posts with videos from when I went to the live sale in the live commissioner sale in Lake County. Oh, it looks like something happened with the link I sent you. So did you guys get that link for the Indiana training? And it's $497 for the course, but it does include a month in the Tax Lien Profits Accelerator and access to tax sale finders, which is going to help you find out what tax sales are coming up all over the country, not just Indiana. And you'll also be able to actually look at the properties in the sale, filter the lists, and you'll be able to get 50 property reports a month. Okay. All right. Thank you, Ray. And yes, there are videos. Module 1 is posted now, and there are videos available now. Oh, and I guess you were talking about the blog. There are a couple of videos there where I just showed from the sale that we went to. Not from the actual sale, because you can't take videos in the auction itself. But when we left the sale, I have a picture of we're outside with the check to go pay for the liens that we just won. And then I have an interview with Ollie that I just did recently, that I just posted recently. Okay. All right. So any other questions? You guys, hey, what do you need help with? This is your chance to ask me questions and get my help, right? And I'm hoping everything sounds okay. I don't have my headset with me today, so. And is this helpful to you? Are these Facebook Lives helpful to you? Because I don't want to do them unless they are, you know. I have no problem taking this time from my day as long as it's helpful to you. Okay. But we only have 5 people here today, so I don't know if this is helpful or not. Usually we have more, and usually I have Nicole here to help me. She's not here today because she gives me, if there's been questions on like the Investing for Success group or, you know, in other places, then she'll give them to me here and I can answer them here. Oh, okay. Thank you, Ray. Ray says it's helpful, and he's brought, yes, I know you've brought others here. Thank you. Okay. All right. So I'm not getting any other questions. All right, Ray did have a question. So you foreclose and get a special deed. You can get a loan once you have a deed. Yeah, if you quiet the title, then you can get, because in order to get a loan, you would need to be able to get title insurance, right? Yeah, so once you clear the title and get title insurance, then you can get a loan. Okay, questions on anything else? Anybody else have questions today? Oh, we have more people joining us now. Hello, everybody. Good to have you here. Just let me know where you're from when you come on. Ray, you don't have to quit asking questions. Go ahead, ask away. I don't have anybody else asking questions. So, you know, the squeaky wheel gets the grease, you know. If you have more questions, now is the time to ask them. Okay, and anybody else, you have questions, type them in. Type them into the comments. Now is your chance to get them answered for free. Okay. Yeah, if you guys don't ask me questions, then I don't have anything to do, you know? Except tell you again about the conference I'm doing on Saturday, which I'm really excited about. I got some great ladies talking about things like the infinite banking concept and how to get grant money. And how to leave a legacy for your kids and your grandkids. And investing in a real hot market. Anybody that was on the conference that I did in January, a couple of those ladies will be coming back. Dr. Carrie Skrdla, she's going to kick it off for us on Saturday. And Ray Perry is going to come back. And you remember Charles Sells, his wife, Lena, is going to be with us. And then we have two new ladies that you haven't heard from before that have something really special to offer. They're going to talk about, one of them is going to talk about the infinite banking concept, how it's for everybody. And the other lady is going to talk about getting grant money for your business and your investing. All right. Hi, Muasim. Muasim, I don't know if I'm pronouncing your last name. I know how to pronounce, Hussein. I know how to pronounce that. Your first name, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but welcome. Good to have you here. Sophie, hello. What do I think about Indiana? I love Indiana. Yes, I think it is a good place for tax lien investing. I especially like it because it doesn't have really high rates. You know, a 10% penalty, but I do like penalties, and 5% per annum on the overbid or subsequent taxes. Not a lot, but not crazy. Is there competition? Yeah. Is it crazy? No, I don't think so. Although this year things might change. We don't know, especially with more of them going online. But I do like Indiana. I like the laws in Indiana, and I like how things work. Okay, so let's see. Ray has another question. Okay, he prefers the South over the North. I do like South Carolina, Ray. Yeah, that is a top choice. I like that. And Florida. I like South Carolina better than Florida because I think South Carolina is less competitive than Florida. And Florida also has, South Carolina is very straightforward. They just do one thing down there. They sell redeemable deeds. Florida is deeds and liens, and the liens only happen once a year, and deed sales happen all the time. So there's not like a whole lot available at any one sale. A lot of the stuff gets paid before the sale. And they're very competitive. So I like South Carolina better than Florida, but I do like Florida too. And here's the thing, Ray, you just got to pick one state and go. I know you've tried Texas and you haven't been successful there. So you just try another state until you're successful there. And then you branch out into another state. So be successful in one state, stick to one state, get good there, and then branch out to another one. That's kind of the way I did it. I started in New Jersey, was successful in New Jersey, and then branched out into other states. Okay. Okay. All right. More questions. You guys, I'm here to answer your questions. Where are they? Where are they? Where are your questions? Oh, by the way, Sophie, you probably missed it. I just talked about, I'm doing a course for Indiana. It's a Done With You training. So it's 4 modules over 6 weeks. The first module is available now. We have also 4 mentoring calls. The first one is tomorrow night. So if you're interested, you want to find out about it and enroll right away. I did put the link in there. I'm going to put it in again. But and the reason why I'm doing this is because these sales are going on now. They only happen late winter, early spring. The commissioner sales in Indiana. And the reason I like them is because the starting bid is lowered to and each county gets to decide. So in other words, they had their sale in the fall, but whatever didn't sell in that sale gets certified to the county commissioner. And now the starting bid is lower than the taxes owed. And each county gets to determine what that amount is. In Lake County, it's $500, but I've seen it in other counties as low as $25. So that's the one thing that's really good about the commissioner's sale. The other thing, the best thing about the commissioner's sale, the redemption period is only 4 months. Okay. And the penalty is 10%. So, you're getting 10% on your money in 4 months. That is awesome. And if you don't, then you foreclose and get the property in 4 months. Okay. So that's why I like Indiana. And the reason I'm doing this now is because 9 of these counties have their commissioner sales online, and they're all open for registration now. As a matter of fact, one of them closes tomorrow. They close their registration, LaPorte County. Registration closes tomorrow. So if you want to do LaPorte County, you have to register today. The other counties are open. The Lake County closes on the 11th, and Lake County, you do have to register in person. Okay, let me get that in there for you again. It's taxlienlady.com/Indiana. And that is where you can register for it. Will tell you a little bit about it, and you can register for the enroll in the training. But if you want to find out more about it, just go to my blog, taxlieninvestingtips.com. There's a couple of posts in there that give a whole bunch of information. So let me just put that in there for you too. It's Tax Lien, if I could spell it right, investingtips.com. All right, so I got that in there for you too. All right, so we have some more questions. Muassam is in Buffalo, New York, and was wondering where should I start as a beginner? Well, you know, New York has deed sales, and many of them are online. So you can start, I would always start in my own backyard. Are you interested in buying the property? Because that's what deed sales are. If you're interested in buying the property, you can look into the county sales in New York State. If you're not interested in buying the property, then call the cities and see what the cities do, because the cities can do their own thing. For instance, I've been to a sale in Port Jervis, New York. That's in Orange County. Now, Orange County sells deeds, but Port Jervis has a lien sale every year. Okay, see, the cities can do whatever they want, and sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's not selling deeds. Sometimes they'll sell liens. So you could call the major cities in the counties around you and see what they do, if they have a tax lien sales or not, because you might find out about it before anybody else does. I found out about Port Jervis before Tax Sale Resources knew about it. Okay. Let's see. Ray is asking, I have been seeing that a lot of landlords in New York and New Jersey cannot collect their rent. Yeah, because of COVID. Yes. And may lose their property, both commercial and residential, due to not paying back taxes due. Yeah. Well, they won't lose their property in New Jersey. They can in New York. In some places in New York, they can, because they have deed sales in the counties in New York. In New Jersey, they're just going to sell their lien, and they'll have 2 more years to come up with the money. So they probably won't lose their property in New Jersey. And yeah, in New York and New Jersey have pretty high tax bills too. So if you don't have a lot of money to invest, stay away from New York and New Jersey. Stay away from the coastal regions, especially the Northeast and the Pacific Coast, because properties are very valuable there, and you need a lot of money to invest there, even if you're just buying liens. Okay. But if that's where you live and that's where you have to start, then, see me. Make an appointment with me, because maybe that's what you need to learn how to do, right? I started in New Jersey. I invested in New Jersey. New Jersey they do sell utility liens. They do sell smaller liens in New Jersey, not just taxes. That's how I started. But it is competitive. And when I started, there weren't any online sales in New Jersey. Now there are, and the online sales are more competitive. All right. So what else do we have? Do you need like 50,000 for New York State tax deeds? New York State is a little bit lower. I think you could start with 25,000, because you're going into some areas in New York State are pretty remote, and the properties are not as valuable as when you get closer to the city. So if you're talking about Long Island, forget about the 5 boroughs, because they don't even sell to investors. But if you're talking about Nassau County, and Staten Island and Long Island area, forget about it. But once you go upstate, like Buffalo, I will tell you, the Finger Lakes area, there's not much available. But if you go to the more remote areas, like upstate New York, you can get stuff for less than 50,000. And land you could definitely get for less than that. You just got to make sure it's buildable. Okay. So that's why I do like the southern states, Ray, especially South Carolina. Not so much Florida, because Florida is, again, I mean, taxes are not real high in Florida, but property is going crazy right now in Florida. Property values. Yeah, New York City you just can't do because they don't sell to investors. They only sell to, they bundle everything up for billions of dollars and sell it to big fund companies. They don't sell to investors. Nassau County does, but it gets bid down really low and it's very competitive. And then if you live in New York, if you live, like I have clients that live on Long Island, or they're the towns, the villages and the towns in Suffolk County can do what they want. They have their own lien sales, but you've got to attend in person. So it's really only good if you live there or close to there. It's not worth a plane ticket. Um, but the way they do their sales is, see, the thing about New York is the cities can do whatever they want and have their own rules, and it's different from the rest of the state or from the normal sales in New York. So each city can have its own rules. It's kind of crazy, but I like New York. I have a lien in Port Jervis. And I have clients who have gotten liens in some of the villages on Long Island. And okay, any other questions? There's another one that I went to in Middletown, New York, and it sounds really good. But and Middletown is in Orange County, which is they sell deeds. Orange County has a deed sale every year, but the cities, there's two major cities, Port Jervis and Middletown, and they can do what they want. Well, Middletown also has a tax lien auction, and it sounds really good because it's only a 1 year redemption uh, uh, um, time, right? And the rest of New York is 2 years, but Middletown decided they didn't want to wait 2 years, so they shortened it to 1 year. And you don't, if they bid premium in Middletown, but you don't have to pay the premium until the property doesn't redeem, and then you pay the premium, right? So you think that sounds good, right? Wrong, because people pay way too much money in that because they don't have to come up with it at the sale. So they pay way too much money in that auction. And I think it's 12% that they pay. Okay. All right. Any other questions? So sometimes what you think is going to be good, what sounds good is not always good. Okay. So, all right. If you guys don't have questions for me, I'm going to end this Facebook Live and see you next Tuesday. So what else is coming up? Wednesday night is the first mentoring call for the Indiana training. Saturday is our conference, free to come to live. If you want the replay, it's real cheap to get the replays. It's $49 for the whole conference. If you buy them ahead of time, if you wait until the day of, it's going to be $97. And the reason I'm charging for the replays is I want to make back my expenses, and I want to give some money to a charity that I support in India, a pastor that I support there. And what else is coming up? Next week, wealth building webinar with Carl Fisher of Camaplan. They are an IRA custodian, self-directed IRA custodian. And that will be next Wednesday. And you'll find that on the events page on my website. Oh, Ray, safe trip to Florida. Enjoy it there. It'll be warm, warm and friendly in Florida. We're kind of locked down up here in the Northeast. Ugh. And cold. And it's cold here too. Okay. All right. So if there's no more questions, I'm going to go. If you have any questions about the Indiana training that I'm doing, just send an email to me at info@taxlienlady.com. I'll be happy to answer them for you. And I will see you next Tuesday, or maybe even before that. I also do a Facebook Live in the Investing for Success group. It is it's a private group, but it is free to join. All you have to do is answer questions and agree to the terms. We'll let you in. And we do a Facebook Live in there on the first and third Thursday. So we have one coming up this Thursday. So maybe I'll see you there. Happy and prosperous investing, everybody.